One of the toughest things to do in all of college football is win on the road. When you're a ranked team going into a hostile environment, these fans are ready to knock them off course. Welcome, everyone, to the home of the Texas Tech Red Raiders, Jones AT&T Stadium in Lubbock, Texas. As we'll see a playoff team from last year, the Colorado Buffaloes, taking on another team from the Big 12 in an intra-conference matchup, the Texas Tech Red Raiders. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, can't wait to get this one started. And the Buffaloes will get us started with the opening kickoff. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. The offense changing the play. To the air, it's Frederick. Finds the tight end. I don't think he was the primary receiver on that play, David, but a very productive pickup on first down.
And these tight ends are so good at understanding zones and where to sit down. And listen, it's not the huge gain down the field, but it's always death by 1,000 cuts, small gains, break tackles, and continue to move the sticks.
Wide receiver going in motion. To the air on second down. Catch in the middle, it's Lee. Tackled at the 28, it's a pickup of 5. Offense has it at the 28 on first down. Running back searching for a hole. Defense closed down quickly after a gain of 3. They'll mark it at the 32.
And those body blows really, really matter. Like, I want to be able to hand the ball off to my running back 10, 15 times a game. Make the defense tackle them, wear them out. Sometimes these 3 to 4 yard runs, later in football games, they turn into 5 to 15 to 20 yard gains just because of the body blow effect.
Grabbed in the backfield. It's Street. Brought down at the 47, but not before he ripped off 15.
And that's why if you're the offensive coordinator, you've got to find as many ways as possible to get this guy going. Just get him the ball close to the line of scrimmage. Doesn't need to be a throw deep down the field. He's so dynamic when he has the ball in his hands. You saw it right there.
Unloads quickly. Stopped after a good pickup, and he'll be just a tad short of the first down.
You know, the short passing game is a great go-to weapon for any offensive coordinator in the first quarter because it's reliable, obviously, but it also allows you to see how the defense is going to react and play. So for coordinators, this can really open up the rest of your playbook for the rest of the game.
Back to pass, it's Frederick. Grab near the marker, it's Lee. Stopped and forced out of bounds at the 21-yard line, just outside the red zone, and they are looking to get one in here.
I'll tell you, this guy has to get touches early in games. They're doing a good job of that right now. He's so dangerous once he has the ball in his hands. And I think if you're on offense, you move him around and you find more creative ways to get him involved.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Off play action. And here's a fumble way behind the line.
Good awareness by the offense. You never want to see the ball on the ground, but a nice job understanding to just kind of jump on it and make sure you keep possession.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. Wide receiver comes in motion. Might be changing the route. On 3rd and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. Caught over the middle. It's Lee. Turning it on. And he's tackled, but there's also a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is. They'll decline that penalty, obviously very happy with the results of the play. The Red Raiders will try to put one on the board on 1st and goal. On the ground, it's Street. He's brought down at the 6, but the defense feeling the heat to make a stop here. They keep pushing forward, now back to work on 2nd and goal from the 6. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down.
Well, on the opening drive of the game, establishing a rhythm and a cadence offensively is really, really important. They've done some good things on this first drive to put them in this situation. Obviously, you just threw an incompletion on 2nd down. You're likely going to throw it again here right now. Quarterback has just got to settle in. Timing is important. Get rid of the ball on time. Trust your read and execute the play.
And he will be sacked at the 6-yard line.
And he gets home again, continuing his production. Last week, 2 sacks. This week, already a sack in the first half. This guy has been on a sack terror.
And they'll send out the kicker to try a field goal. And this one shouldn't be too taxing, a 23-yard try. Absolutely perfect. And that'll put the first points of the game on the board. It's 3-0.
And he'll take that first drive. Like, you wanted a touchdown, but you gave the people here at home something to cheer about on that first drive. Move the football enough to get your kicker an opportunity and to put 3 on the board.
So after the made field goal, they'll kick it away and rely on their defense. He'll bring it out. It's Kingsbury. I guess it could have been worse on that return. He goes out of bounds at the 15. Wasting no time throwing on this drive. He's got it. Now they've got a little room to work with. They're out to the 28 with a first down. The Buffaloes moving quickly to the line. They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. He stopped after getting a yard out to the 30. The deeper into the season we get, the more they win, the greater their confidence that they can finish strong here in the Big 12.
Heck yeah, Reese, the bigger the expectations get, the bigger the consequences get for every single game. So you know this league is tough. You know there's always a lot of points scored. You know there's playoff implications possibly down the road. So this team's got to continue to stay on course and continue to do what they've been doing.
No doubt about it. All their goals spill out ahead of them right now and play. The thing they've been really good at doing, outside of just being a talented football team and showing up, is that they've got their head where it needs to be every single week. Doesn't matter who they're playing at an extremely high level, just taking it one game at a time. They got to do it again today.
And the Buffaloes look to keep this drive humming. Looking for a physical attack from the gun. Oh, he's got some space. He puts him in business across the 50 into the 46-yard line. It'll be first down.
I think it's really important for this offense. They get this guy going early in the game, and they're doing a nice job of that right now. Remember, he's the kind of running back who gets better as the game goes on. That's a really good omen for this offense, considering his success now early.
On target to the left. He'll go out of bounds. They'll mark him down at the 31, and a big pickup on that one.
Well, and you're seeing the balance this offense has and how they can create explosive plays in a variety of ways. We just saw one come in the run game, and now you see one coming in the passing game. I'll tell you, they've got this defense on their heels.
And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
I love when defensive backs come up and they are physical and they stick their face in the fan and they aren't scared. Talking to the defensive coordinator coming into this game, he knew his DBs had to tackle well. They had to get these running backs on the ground. Great start on this first drive.
As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. He'll ride his man on the option. And after the tackle, we are headed to the end of the first quarter. That's the end of the quarter, and Texas Tech is on top. And we've reached the end of one. Before we move on, let's take a look at our stats so far. Lots of time left and ready to go back at it here in the second quarter. This offense had a little extra time to think about it. Let's see what they have on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. Got a man, it's Ivory. He's going to come up a couple of yards short of the first down. So the offense is going to go for it on fourth down. Quarterback run is part of their game plan. And he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Buffaloes!
The defense knew coming into this game they were going to have their hands full. Not only did they have to worry about these running backs in the running game, they had to worry about the quarterback as well. On designed runs and on scrambles, they didn't have an answer for him right there.
And the extra point makes it 7-3. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. He wisely lets that one bounce through the back of the end zone, and they'll take over at the 25. Texas Tech ready to send the offense back onto the field. They'll start this drive with a chance to regain the lead, down 7-3. Looking to throw, it's Frederick. Got him downfield. Good call, good execution as they move the chains, and they have a first down at the 38. I think that receiver really had two choices there. Catch the ball, or he was going to wear it in his chest.
Yeah, he was going to be maybe taking an ice bath after too many of these curl routes. He catches them in the body like that. This quarterback has a cannon arm. The receiver found the soft spot in the zone, and, man, the quarterback gave him no choice.
That's caught. It's Townsend. Makes the grab, but not quite enough for the first down, but a good gain on that play.
And the slant is really a difficult route to defend against if you're a DB in man coverage, especially when you have no help on the inside. So if you're the offense and you continue seeing that coverage, you might as well keep attacking it just like that.
Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
And the Red Raiders come to the line needing just inches for the first down. Quarterback making adjustments. They'll throw on third and short. And the incomplete pass will bring up fourth down.
Third and short like that on your own side of the field, you're just looking for a quick hitter. You're trying to get the ball out of your hand quickly, but the timing completely off there for the offense, and the ball falls incomplete.
The Red Raiders will punt it away on 4th down. Getting our first look of the afternoon at the punter. And the gamble pays off as they pick up the first down.
And when they bring on the punt unit, a lot of times I change my personnel and I bring on a different unit. And I think it worked to their advantage. 4th and inches, you don't think they're going to run a fake. They run a fake, execute it great. Nice job by this punt unit.
And the Red Raiders are flying down the field. Use the play fake, now to throw. Those two not on the same page, it's incomplete. We thought we might see some of this. They'll go to the Wildcat formation here. On the direct snap, it's Street. And this Wildcat is going to be declawed, stopped in the backfield.
Really nice job by the defense that time, getting a stop. They've been really good so far in this one, shutting this guy down, not letting him break out. You've got the lead. It's tight, though. And you know the opponent is going to keep trying to run it. So can you keep this up here in the second half on defense?
There he goes. He's at the 20. And he'll take it all the way. Touchdown, Red Raiders. These two guys, they just shared a glance, and they knew exactly what to do, Dave.
And how many times do we hear that? The quarterback talk about it after the game and go, hey, I just looked at him. He knew what I saw. I knew what he saw. We're on the same page. We've done this before. That chemistry equals big plays.
And the extra point puts them up by a field goal. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Interesting matchup this week in the Big 12 today. In fact, they're all interesting this season. Iowa State needs to pick up the pace, but this puppy is far from over. And with that crowd there in Ames behind them, I'm kind of banking on a comeback. It's just a field goal game. They're trailing by 3 to TCU. For now, it's back to you fellas, but of course, if anything changes from Big 12 country, you'll hear about it here.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. And they'll haul down the returner to start us on the next drive. And the Colorado offense is coming back onto the field. They're still looking for a little more productivity as they trail 10-7. Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. On the move, he fires. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball.
Well, that's just a great play by the defender and great timing. It was the hit that forced that incompletion.
Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. They'll try the run. They shut it down quickly, but he gets 2 out to the 18.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact with those guards and those centers, owning the line of scrimmage, and getting running backs on the ground.
The Red Raider crowd rising to the occasion to help its defense on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. Hauls it in. Really needed a play like that to get out of their own end. They move the chains. They mark it at the 29. And the Buffaloes are in the hurry-up.
A nice passing game by this offense. The quarterback and the receiver on the same page, in time, in rhythm, creates the big... And look at them. They're right back on the football, ready to run another play.
Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance. What will they dial up on 2nd and a long way to go? Finds his man. It's Ivory. Turns it on in midfield. Oh, a lot of space. Inside the... And he strides his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Colorado. Backed up in the shadow of their own goalpost. No problem.
When you start in the black zone inside your own 20 coming out, it's difficult. You can give up a safety. You get worried about that. The offense puts a great drive together. Great job executing. Great job getting a touchdown.
They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. The kickoff bounces through the end zone. They'll bring it out to the 25. Tech has it back, and the Red Raider offense on its way to the field. How about that last drive? Just carved him up in the air, David.
Yeah, and how about that quarterback? You gave him the ball, and he delivered the goods. Great job taking apart the defense, Jesse, on that last drive.
He really did, David. I mean, that was a masterclass in just reading coverage and being accurate.
To throw, it's Frederick. Unloads to the wideout. Just flying through the air like a superhero to make the grab.
Man, I love the catch radius on this guy. If you just put it somewhere near his body, he's going to be able to reel it in. That was a phenomenal job, showing you his athleticism and also his concentration, making that outstanding grab.
Throws to the wideout. Oh, it's picked off. Takes it the other way. He'll be stopped, but not before getting the football and picking up big yardage on the return. What a play there. Colorado has the ball back, and the Buffaloes hoping to put their team in prime position on offense. They took their time out of the gate, but now starting to try to take control of this game on offense here in the second. Breaks into the open. He hauled that one in and got it down to the 15-yard line.
Man, it's nice having a QB that is going to hang in there. You could tell, hanging in there, he knows he's going to get hit, right? If I'm going to get hit, I might as well make a completion. Great job hanging in there, throwing the football on target and getting the completion.
Headed to the end zone. Touchdown, Bucs! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
Well, this offense is top 10 in the country in points per game because they've got a lot of speed and they've got home run hitters. They score fast. They don't need 10 plays to go down the field. You saw it right there. They've recruited well. They've got playmakers. They're going to be a problem for defenses all year long.
He'll start the return inside his 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Let's see if they can get something going here late in the half. From the gun, the give, looking for room. Makes the tackle at the 30 after he picked up 10.
Man, who says you can't run up the middle anymore, right? Everybody thinks, I got to make big plays. I got to go way out to the left, way out to the right, way out in space. Nope, right down the middle, nice blocking. How about the running back? You could tell the speed, the wheels, does a great job getting down the field, making a huge rushing play.
Off the play fake on first down. He lets one fly deep. Picked off, and they ruin an early drive with the turnover. He managed a few yards on that return, but the bigger play was the fact that they forced the turnover.
And this is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job with his decision-making.
No reason to be in a big rush. They have some time here late in the half. Motion from the back. Wants to throw on first down. Get it out on the screen. They'll stop him just short of the first down marker on the screen. The Buffaloes will hustle to the line.
Love the execution there on the screen. The running back shows pass protect, last second turns around, so he's able to get the ball. The D linemen have already run past him. Now he can turn upfield for a big gainer.
We're at the 2-minute timeout. They've built a big lead, and they'll try to pile on a little more before the break. From the 44-yard line, the offense snaps it on first down. They're going to run it. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Just feeds the running back. And this one will be stopped for no gain. Guns up, and so is the noise. The crowd electric trying to help Tech on this third down. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. Up a fourth down.
I know that one falls incomplete, but I love the idea of finding ways to get this running back the ball, right? You can hand it off to him. He's got really good hands. Already has a few catches in this game. I think you keep trying to leak him out of the backfield and let him take advantage of this defense throwing the ball.
On 4th and 9, the offense will stay on the field. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Fires to the wideout. Converts on 4th down, and he's still going. He's finally stopped, but not before he takes it into the red zone. They'll mark it at the 18. And the Buffaloes with the 1st and 10. They're threatening to score, and they'll throw it. Quarterback feeling the pressure, and down he goes at the 22.
And that is a huge play for the defense. Offense has it in your red zone. You're trying to knock them out of field goal range. The only way you do that is by creating negative plays, and they get the sack.
And that's going to fall to the ground incomplete. That was a physical matchup there. Third down coming.
And the big tight end, a lot of times that's a bigger strike zone, a bigger dude, and you can tell they put the hit on him, and that ball came out, and it came to the turf. Nice job playing physical by this defense.
Fires toward the end zone. And that ball was in harm's way, and he is lucky to get that one back.
If they're able to make that pick, they're wiping points off the board. But because he dropped it, now it's 4th down, and of course, they're still in field goal range with an opportunity to score 3.
Between the uprights, it's good. And that lead grows even bigger. So they get the field goal, now about to kick it away, and you get a stop here, and you go to halftime feeling really good about things. On the run from inside his own 5. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. Up at the 23-yard line. Receiver on the move gets the touch pass. You'll take this every time. 5 yards on the first down play. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. And on 2nd down for this offense. Wants to throw. It's Frederick. Pocket breaking down. Nice job by this junior quarterback to get it done on the ground. Clock stops momentarily for the first down. They'll hurry to the line. Looking downfield on 1st down. Hit hard just as he released it on first down and just couldn't get it to the receiver.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
And that's your goal. Separate man from ball. Try to get your shoulder in there on the catch point and really give him something to think about. Physically jar that football and knock it out. Nice job by the defender.
Gets the back moving. On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. Makes the grab. It's Lee. Big play. Takes him into plus territory. He's out of bounds at the 47. We asked earlier this week, who's your favorite receiver? And, of course, he said the open one. But we know who he really wants to go to on 3rd down.
The best one. I mean, I think the open one, obviously the politically correct answer, but you want to find the guy that you got that great chemistry with. You know exactly where he's going to be. You got that bond and that trust.
Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be 2nd down. Couldn't connect on 1st down, now back to the air. And he throws his 3rd pick of the day. His head has to be spinning. He'll try to take it back. And he has taken it all the way back. Touchdown, Buffaloes! How efficient have they been as they extend this lead here in Week 5?
And stop it. How about back-to-back weeks with pick sixes? This guy is now making plays, not just for his defense. He's scoring points, and I promise you the locker room is a lot of fun. Mr. Pick Six, he's going to get a lot of congratulations and a lot of accolades this week.
First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update. Go ahead and roll the dice to start this second half. They're lined up for an onside kick. Not much drives more anxiety than waiting to see if the hands team can corral the onside kick, and they do.
Well, they're trying to pounce on their opponent with the lead in the second half, trying to steal possession, but give the return team credit. They may not have been set up perfectly for that onside kick, but they're Johnny on the spot, and now their offense is looking their chop.
Time to take a shot. And that one falls incomplete, trying to get a chunk play on that one.
These DBs better stay ready because even though they're trailing by a lot in this game, the opponent's not trying to run the ball and bleed the clock. They are still taking shots, so you're going to have to continue to try to make plays back there deep.
Rides the back and leaves it. He picks up 4. That'll leave them with 3rd and 6.
And I think this has probably been the most surprising thing of this game so far. This guy's one of the best running backs in the entire country. They just can't get him going. He's never been able to get into a rhythm. Got to give the defense so much credit because they have been able to shut this guy down, and they got to keep that up here in the second half.
Really nice job to convert that 3rd down, and they've got it at the 33.
And on the 3rd play of the drive, 3rd down, it's the scrambling ability of this quarterback that goes and picks up the 1st down. He was so calm back there. He never got...
Touchdown, Colorado! And they take it in for 6 more points.
This guy is officially a problem. His 2nd receiving touchdown of the game. Nice job by the offense. Dude, if I've got a matchup I like, continue to pick at it until they stop it.
And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Hey, guys, just wanted to give you a quick update on a game happening in the SEC. LSU is running away with things right now, and you just know Mike the Tiger is loving this offense today. They're up by 34 over Arkansas. Week in and week out in the SEC, it's a battle of attrition, and if anything big changes, you'll hear about it here.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. Texas Tech ready to send the offense back onto the field. This thing has sort of gotten away the last couple of possessions. They've been a little too... Another interception. That's his 4th of the day. He goes down after the short return, but what a play to get the football back.
Well, we know these are slick conditions today in this game. Wide receiver just didn't seem to really get a good grasp on the ball when it hit his hands. Didn't stick right away. There was a bit of a bobble, and because of it, the defense able to come away with the pick.
They'll get him stopped just short of the end zone, but they're in business here with a first down. So close to cashing it in for this offense. Great style points on that catch, but they didn't pick up any yardage.
Hey, man, it's hard to throw down here in the red zone. These windows are tiny and they close fast. So there was nowhere to go in the end zone there, that time having to check it down. A nice job by the defense rallying and making a tackle.
Touchdown, Buffs! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
And that's what makes this quarterback so dangerous, fellas. He can hurt you throwing the ball, but man, is he ever dangerous and explosive with his feet. You have got to be able to get this guy on the ground. If you don't, he has got way too much wiggle and speed. You saw it right there.
And he did get that extra point through the slippery surface, no problem. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Texas Tech has it back, and the Red Raider offense on its way to the field. Well, the good news about this drive, Jesse, it can't go worse than last time through a pick on the first play.
No, it certainly can't. I think one good way, David, to help your quarterback turn the page is just find him an easy completion here and let him get back into a rhythm.
Yeah, or find him an easy handoff. Just hand the football off, maybe get the ground game going, maybe jumpstart this offense a little bit.
Back to pass, it's Frederick. He lobs one high down the left side. Makes a grab deep. Off and running. Touchdown, Red Raider. And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing.
And what nice play design. You get your speedster, you put him in the slot, usually get a better matchup, and then what do? You fade him towards that sideline, run a go. Nice ball thrown way out wide. He just runs underneath it and just too much speed. Couldn't catch him. Gets in the end zone for 6.
And the extra point splits the uprights. Kickoff unit is out there again, and this crowd is feeling themselves after that last drive. And he takes this from inside the 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. And the Colorado offense is coming back onto the field. And even after that last score, still working with a great big cushion. Got his man downfield. Found a seam on the left. Past the 30. 10. Slippery slide. Find his way and ran away from the crowd into the end zone. Touchdown, Buffaloes! If this dude were a kitchen knife, he would be slicing tomatoes so thin your in-laws would never come back to your house.
Well, that'd be a good thing. I don't know if I want my in-laws to come back anyways, but he's been on fire. He's been absolutely torching this defense. They've had absolutely no answers for him.
On the move from inside his 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. Texas Tech ready to send the offense back onto the field. The last time they had it, they took it down the field for a touchdown. They can... And the quarterback is knocked down back at the 13. The Red Raiders racing to the line in the hurry-up.
Man, that is a big negative play for this defense, putting them in reverse, getting the quarterback on the ground, and they better get ready again. Look at this offense. They're right back on the...
Just steamrolling the defense. And he was able to shed a tackle and pick up the first down before they finally get him on the ground.
You know, good running backs are the ones that can make things happen in small spaces. That running back there found his lane, he found his crease, and there was no hesitation. He got north right away and was able to make a big-time play.
They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker. Really good concept there to get things going and use the tight end early.
Yeah, I mean, just such a great job on first down, setting up an easier second down. Understanding I don't always have to push the ball down the field, but see the tight end, make the throw. No, it's not a big gain, but makes life really easy on me on second down.
Looking downfield, it's Frederick. Got it in the middle, it's Townsend. At the 35, he's loose. Turning it on. That is just a gargantuan play as he has it all the way down to the 12. And the Red Raiders are on the move. Wants to go up top on first down. Looking for the score. Throw to the end zone. It's picked off.
And that's such a great job of seeing the play, seeing it unfold, breaking on the football, making the interception, and you will absolutely never forget getting that first career INT, that big play, that big moment.
The give to the back. Got the first down and more. Still on his feet at the 45. Free up the gut. Touchdown, Colorado. And they take it in for 6 more points.
Man, it's easy to call plays when I got guys like this who can take the ball and rip it 70-plus to the house. How about the speed? He showed you a little bit of wiggle. This dude's got it all. Nice touchdown run by the running back.
And they pick up the extra point. Kicker knocked it right down the middle. If only it were always this easy for the offensive coordinators. One play, big chunk yardage, put points on the board just like that. They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. Here's the return from inside his 10. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. Texas Tech has it back, and the Red Raider offense on its way to the field. That last drive was a punch in the gut, throwing the pick in the red zone, Jesse.
Yeah, it just seemed like there was some miscommunication down there in the red zone. David, this drive, the QB and receivers just have to do a better job being on the same page.
Yeah, and I think you pull the positives, right? We moved the football down the field. We had a chance to score, but we can't let those opportunities slip between our hands. Let's go get some points.
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Looking to throw, it's Frederick. They'll run the screen. At the 35, he's got room. There he goes. And that tackle almost certainly saved the touchdown after he ripped off a huge gain.
Well, these two have been absolutely unstoppable in this game, and it just feels like every time this guy drops back to throw, he's throwing it to one guy and one guy only. The defense cannot stop him. He has been a matchup nightmare all game long.
Makes the grab. It's Townsend.
He's been a matchup problem all season long. Defenses just don't know how to solve the puzzle. And with that last catch, over 500 yards receiving now on the year for him.
2nd and short, maybe looking for a shot. Got his man on the right. And they do a really good job. Not as easy as it looks to get those blocks. And he picks up the first down. The Red Raiders come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Pulls and fires complete. Got some room, headed to the goal line. And he cruises his way to the house. Touchdown, Red Raiders. He has been surgical. Precision passes. Using the scalpel, the fine instrument, rather than the blunt one.
And the defense has had absolutely no answer for him. Just, he's been down their throats all game long, a step ahead, understanding what he's seeing, and just destroying this defense.
And he knocks the extra point through the uprights. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Now to make sure this kickoff team covers it well to not give back that last score. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. They'll snap this one to start the drive from their own 22. On the option. Runs through the tackle. Past the first down marker and still running. Makes the stop at the 32, but he picks up 10 on that play. They'll snap this one from the 32. It's first down. Give to the running back. Oh, he's got some space. They'll get the first down. It's spotted on the 49.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the third quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical, and they're trying to stay on the field.
He'll go out of bounds at the 35-yard line. Big pickup there, and this offense is feeling it. Moving into scoring territory at the 36 on first down. Using his legs, keeping his eyes downfield. Snagged in the middle. It's Kingsbury. They finally get him on the ground, but he's got an explosive play for the first down. We've been treated to an aerial show by these two guys so far as you check out their numbers. Final stands of the game, and we'll start with the first down. He'll pull it on the read. Not a lot of room there. He'll pick up a few before he's forced out of bounds.
Well, the QB decided to keep it on that one. And listen, if you had his athleticism, you'd want to keep it too. Almost every time they run these types of option plays. But he's just going to have to do a good job of understanding when to hand it off, when to pitch it, and try.
Touchdown, Bucs! Quick strike through the air for the score. They add on another one, and they're about to push their record to 5-1.
Points, points, and more points. This offense has had their way. They just keep their foot on the gas, keep putting up points, keep putting up touchdowns. And you know what? This is one of those stats days. You look back and you're like, that guy had 12 touchdowns on the year. Well, 4 or 5 of them might have been in this game.
Kickoff unit has been busy as they have built a big lead, and they're trying to hold on to it. He'll start the return inside his 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Texas Tech ready to send the offense back onto the field. To the air, it's Frederick. Right on the money. Finally corralled, but not before. He picks up the first down.
Well, we knew this quarterback could put up some monster numbers. He is putting on a clinic in this game. He now has over 400 yards passing.
After that big gainer to open things up, they'll put it in play from the 40. Let's go, let's go. Looking to throw on first down. He's got it. Stop is made at the 44, but it's a 15-yard gain and a first down.
You know, you're seeing in college football now with spread offense and tempo and air raid, we're seeing more and more 400-yard days, but I can't remember the last time I've seen one look as impressive as this guy.
Breaks into the open, and they explode on that one, and they've got it down to the 22.
Yeah, great job creating space. That's what you're supposed to do. When you get man coverage, you got to find a way to get a step, make it easy for your quarterback to read that leverage, and when he drags across the field, he can see he had him. He completes it for the first down.
Pass rush, gets there, gets home, gets him down at the 23.
We've seen throughout the course of the season, defenses have had their hands full with this quarterback. He's simply one of the best in the country. But what can you say about this defense here today? They have gotten after him, registering multiple sacks, and they've never let him get into a rhythm.
And that one looked great on the grease board, but when they blow it up like that, the defense is going to win every time. On 3rd and long, you'll need to push it downfield. Grabbed over the middle at Street. Tackled at the 16-yard line. That's not enough for the first down, and we'll see if they go for it here. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Coach has no choice here. The offense has to stay on the field, down multiple possessions this late. 4th down attempt coming. They stop him short of the marker, and they'll turn it over on down.
Love the coverage on defense there. 4th down. They're ready for the pass. And you saw in the back end, great job being in position to make that play. And now their offense is coming on the field.
Off the play fake on 1st down to throw. He's going for the big play. Intercepted. Big play stops the drive.
Never say die attitude, and I love that, especially these young players, because they're out there competing. And I know the scoreboard right now doesn't look pretty. They're not going to come back and win this football game, but I just love kids that are competing until there's zeros on the clock.
That's caught. It's Street. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. And the Red Raiders can really attack on this 2nd and short. Gets it all the way down to the 39-yard line. It'll be a 1st down. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Now they've moved it just inside the 40. 1st and 10 from the 39. From the gun, running back gets to give. Turning it on. Just what this offense was looking for. Sets him up at the 26 with the 1st down.
A huge game. Probably would have loved to say this earlier in the game. Probably would have loved to have some of these runs and had a little bit more success running the football earlier. Now, I might think about maybe cranking the tempo and probably, if I'm going to need these runs, I'm going to need to go ahead and score on these runs, or I'm going to need to start chugging the football.
That's a great job by the defense, but I don't think the quarterback made the right decision on that RPO. It looked as if the defense was expecting run. They had the box crowded. That's when the quarterback, I think, needs to hold on to and then throw downfield.
Missed his receiver there. It's incomplete.
Well, this guy must feel like he's run into a buzzsaw in this game. He has been under duress all game long, and that's a big reason why he's thrown multiple interceptions in the game, too. Nothing coming easy to him. It's hard to see the field when your internal clock is going off so fast because of the pressure of this defense, and that's why they find themselves down by so much here in the 4th.
And I think if I'm a QB, I like the decision. I get it to my running back who's really good after the catch, really good with the ball in his hands, but the defense did the job. They got him on the ground. They gave up some yards, but they forced the 4th down.
Fires to the middle. And it's another interception as his assault on the record book continues. Finally brought down, but what a play, not only to get the football, but to flip the field position with the return.
And that's a really good job by the defense, understanding the situation of football. It's 4th down. It's late in the game. You got a multi-possession lead. Take away all the deep stuff. Make them force the football into coverage. They do, and they stamp this game.
Offense has a huge lead right now in the 4th quarter, and they're just going to run this football to try to ice the game, being more dominant, being more physical at the point of attack.
They've crossed midfield at the 45 with a 1st and 10. The handoff, keep working on that clock. They'll get him stopped at the 34. He's got 10 yards on that one and a 1st down. So they move the sticks on the run. Let's see what they do with this one. The RPO, it's complete.
And this offense continuing to spin the football, man, continuing to add to a great day. They built this big lead. They've shown you a variety that they can do a lot of really, really good things. And I like it, man. Continue to throw the football. Continue to be who you are. It's the defense's job to stop.
They'll wrestle him down just short of the 1st down. I don't even think they're going to bring out the chains to measure this one. And the Buffaloes are facing 3rd and inches. They'll try to pick it up on the ground. He gives them a fresh set of downs, and this one will be 1st and goal from the 6. And they probably don't need to risk running a play here, but the head coach might want to rub it in just a little bit. Bust through behind his pad. He's got it down to the 1-yard line right on the doorstep of Painter.
And the defense is still fighting. They haven't had the day that they dreamed of. You know, talking to the coaches coming to the game, like they thought they had a good plan. They'd be ready to attack and limit some of the damage this offense has done. They haven't done it today. They got to go back to the drawing board, figure some things out, because this wasn't a great day.
With the clock running, this should be the final play. Even with this lead, they're going to toss it again. Can't make the grab as he was going for 6 right there.
And the offense comes up short on 3rd down, but I tell you what, they've still had a good day. There's so many positives to point to. I'll be interested to see if they go for it here on 4th down. They don't have to. They got the lead. This offense has put together a nice day, shown a variety of all kinds of things. Now it's just about how they want to finish.
Hit as he throws. And he's got it in the end zone for a touchdown. This is an absolute blowout.